Hi folks, welcome back to yet another filler art video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different and hope you guys enjoy it. Oh yeah, that sounds about right. Let's get into it. So I've been thinking about doing this for a while now. It seems like every other person that I end up watching has some kind of like little drawing thing that they have of themselves that they use in their videos. So I figured you know what, maybe I should do something. So, what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of trying to be faithful to the general idea of the art style based off of other media that I've seen, like the official media for Turo to kind of get like the concept of the beard right, and then using the photo, well, maybe not photo, but the image of Ash Ketchum to kind of keep closer to the art style. Uh, so not really much to say at the moment. We're just going to be going through and kind of doing these lines. Um, yeah, I mean, I tried not to focus too hard about little imperfections. Those are all things that I can kind of edge out over time as I'm refining this character. I'd eventually like to do something where I'm having a physical animation going, but I'll need to look into that a little bit more and get some practice done. Push comes to shove, I recorded for all of you guys to see. But so right here, you can see I have this reference image that includes me holding this toy Pokeball, and that's more so just kind of there to act as a physical reference for the rest of what I'm doing with it. Just being a little hesitant. Now, this takes too many tries to get right. I'm not great at balancing the proportions of hands, as you guys might be able to tell right here. And I want to say at one point in time, I even went up and tried seeing if Ash had 4 fingers in total, like a traditional US or English animation, or if he had 5. And unluckily, on my half, it's he has 5 fingers, at least in this particular artwork that I chose of him from Journeys, I believe. Uh, but then with that, I found out I was on the wrong layer, drawing all these detail lines and incorporating the necklace. So I had to go back through and redo all of them. And I was pretty happy with how that necklace turned out on the first that one try that I had. So then we go through here and add it back in. So now we're kind of just flashing back and forth, trying to make sure that we're avoiding being overly referential on the source image that I chose. And then we're going through and we're getting our coloring all done. Obviously, we got to start with that black. It's hard trying to do a black in a black border, and as you guys will come to see later, I ended up lowering the opacity a little bit so that we could see just where those lines were a bit better. And then I went through and did the hat and decided it needed to darken up a little bit more. And then here we are, just adding in some of these details so that I can get that black of the button strap Yeah, that's the word. Strap, the buttoning strap. And other little details that I needed to before going in and adding those bright yellow stripes on the side of the pants. Now, should be pretty obvious, given that everybody should have seen the reference image by now. These are actual clothes that I own, and they are being incorporated in this because of a future video idea that I have planned. I don't know how long it'll take, though, so don't hold your breath or anything. But then here we're just adding in our little colors and such that we might need based off of the artwork. Kind of that lighter peach color for the skin tones, the hazily brown green for the eyes. The driving force as to why I was choosing to do this now of all times was honestly, I've had some major life things happen, and what a better way to reveal that I got a haircut because of it all. No, I'm just kidding. It's been giving me some time to reflect on some things, and I felt like I wanted to do something that I've been putting off for a while to kind of make up for everything that's been going on. I'd just like to say thank you to all of you that have been taking the time and watching these. Maybe not every week, but whenever you find yourself with the extra time to go back. They're all really appreciated. Oh, but there I was just coloring my hair and my beard underneath it all, and I decided against using the GS ball mustardy orange and just going with the traditional off red kind of color for the Pokeball. I wanted the off red as opposed to like a bright cherry red to be kind of indicative of its use. Now, here's something that's invisible for a minute, but I was painting with that black underneath the entire hat so that I could add some of those streak lines that are on my real world Pikachu hat that I have. But now it's the time for everyone's favorite portion of these videos, I hope. The shade, the shadows. Shadow masking. Yeah, that's the shading. The masking I do for the shading. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling on now at this point. And tell you what, another fun thing about these videos is it gives me plenty of time to reflect and see if there's anything that I would like to change up on them in like the future. And if I remember to do it, I'll go back and rewatch these things, and that way I can remember the notes. Like, probably could have put some shading underneath where the nostrils and the nose would have been. And I probably could have been a little bit more generous with this edge shading. But that's neither here nor there. Overall, I think the final product turned out pretty good. Just keep working and don't ever stop growing. Have a willingness to accept that nothing is going to be perfect in that kind of sense. We as people tend to be our own worst critics, and that gets said a lot, specifically in like the art communities and whatnot, but I feel like everyone could just kind of do with keeping that in mind a little bit more, is that it may not be perfect, but as long as we do our best that's just what we can do, you know? Oh, but I keep getting into the saddening stuff. We're coming close to the end here, though, guys. We're going through and we're kind of just blending in our shadows so that they're a little less harsh of a transition between our standard colors and where the darker lines are. Went a little aggressive on the shade on the shading this time, so there's quite a bit that I'm having to go around here with this blurring tool. But like I mentioned earlier, I think it turned out pretty good, and I just I hope that when we reveal that final image, you guys will be along with me for that ride. Not to mention the last minute highlights that the necklace one doesn't even end up showing up because I ended up putting it behind that layer. But alrighty, folks, that does it for this week's filler art video. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button down below. If you'd like to see more of my content, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell. If there's something you'd like to see in a future video, leave a comment down below as well. Thank you all for watching, and bye!